We welcome a leader from the Amahuaca peoples in Peru who will tell us of their situation, the hurtful forgetfulness on the part of the state of the communities in the jungle who are suffering a very difficult situation because of harm to the water and others. Thank you, Alberto. Welcome.
Good morning. Buen día para los brasileños y para los que hablan.
Good morning to all of you, to the Brazilians and those who speak
Buenos
English.
días. Mi nombre es Alberto Ynuma.
My name is Alberto Ynuma.
Del pueblo Amahuaca.
I'm from the Amahuaca people, indigenous community, Pocahuayama.
Todos los hermanos de Brasil. Yo también trabajo con el vicariato, con el grupo
I work
itinerante.
with the vicariate, the itinerant group, Caritas.
Lo que vengo yo visitando a las comunidades y a mi
I have been visiting the communities.
Que es lo que estamos sufriendo, como acaban de hablar.
See what we are suffering, as they have just spoken of COVID-19
En mi comunidad,
in my community.
un puesto de salud sin personal.
We have a center, health center, but without personnel and without medicine.
En mi comunidad,
In my community, in the communities, that is happening in practically all the communities of the 37 indigenous peoples in Madre de Dios area. They also lack medicines, healthcare personnel.
No hay postas en los.
There are not healthcare center, no nurses.
No, por la causa de lo que no pueden llegar a estudiar a ser enfermeros o a ser profesionales, porque no tienen el recurso, no tenemos recursos económicos mucho, y entonces no podemos acceder nosotros. Y ahora
do not have access to education.
Para acceder, porque no contamos con energía eléctrica.
We also don't have electric energy in order.
Estos encuentros virtuales, como ahorita lo estoy haciendo.
In order to have these kinds of virtual meetings, and less in order to be able to study. We do not have this virtual access. We don't have internet. In the community, when I speak of my community, we have managed to get some benefits. We sell, and we now have a benefit through hectares. This is through the government. Cernan, one of the government institutions. They know we are the ones who preserve the environment since many, many years. And so now we have some help. I wanted you to know this. in our communities in Madre de Dios.
Hay sectores mineros,
There are mining sectors,
agrarios, o sea, sector forestal.
there are forest areas,
¿Cómo se llama este? Del pan llevar. Yeah, entonces,
and also agricultural food production areas.
como hay sectores mineras,
There are mining sectors.
poniendo en regla los mineros son ilegales, o sea,
The miners are mainly against the law or not legal workers.
del gobierno
The government's authority
reventando algunos motores
is
ellos
trying to do something about it. They are destroying some of the machinery that the small illegal miners are using.
forestales.
Also in the forest area where they are extracting wood. There is also gold mining, but mostly illegal. Maybe you already know about the Pampa here in Madre de Dios. Now there are no more trees in that area. So now they're going into the forest area, the agricultural area. I want to show you where we have been taking the water for many years, but now we cannot. Because minings have been using mercury and other heavy metals in the extraction of gold. I want to show you the water that we have to buy in order to drink. Look at the difference with the water from our source. Those who live along the rivers, because of the contamination of the water, that is what we have to drink. That is all we have access to in terms of water. But those who suffer the most are us. Until now, the illegal miners continue working and destroying the water. Now with COVID-19, more
los mineros.
More illegal miners have been coming in since 2018 until now, 2021. Deforestation is now very close to our community. There's a lot of delinquents, people we don't know who aren't part of the community. Some people have been assaulted. We are not accustomed to having to deal with these things, but that's how we are struggling. We have to keep struggling. In 2018, the Pope came, PopeFrancis. He came to speak with us here in our region. He said, he talked about our common home. We are of indigenous peoples. And for many, many years, even from our great grandparents, we have been looking after our common home where we used to find everything we needed that was good for us: food, the homes, fruit, and even medicine, natural medicine. But now that everything is being contaminated by mercury, the air, it's being contaminated. The earth, the plants that have been planted, the water that we would normally be taking and drinking. Now everything is contaminated, as you have just heard from our sister from Ecuador. Their waters are also contaminated. Here, everything is contaminated, not just water, the land, the air, because of the mercury. That's how the miners work. They wash what they have dug up to get the precious metals out of the soil. They use mercury. We know it as asome.
Y entonces eso nos está causando problemas a las
This is
comunidades.
causing many problems for the communities, and especially now with COVID-19. Contamination causes problems along with COVID-19.
Durante el tiempo que hemos estado
during this time that we have been with COVID-19. Por favor, apaguen su micrófono.
También aquí está Lucho. Sí, está acá Lucho.
Chueca. Yeah, gracias.
Okay, continue, por favor. Please continue.
Alberto, ¿qué ha pasado? ¿Qué ha pasado, Laura?
Ha habido una interferencia, te quedan 3 minutos.
Ya. Ya, entonces.
You have 3 more minutes. So, during this pandemic, we were treating ourselves with medicinal plants, with our ancestral knowledge, and also because there was no medical personnel, the state was not present. We had grandparents who got sick, some children. We have not had too many people die because we've treated them with natural plants. Here in Puerto Maldonado, in Madre de Dios, there in the city, there have been many people who have died because of COVID-19. Where we are further in, not so much. In some communities that did not know about the natural medicines, more people have died. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Muchas gracias, Alberto. Escuchar a estas comunidades, a estos territorios.
We have heard these communities from these territories. So there are certain aspects we can talk about. They all seem to be facing big challenges. Their rights are being stepped on. There's a constant struggle to have their territories recognized. In Ecuador, because of the oil spills, and in Peru a constant struggle because of the lack of good water now and the contamination. We hope that this ancestral scream will help us to realize the importance to collaborate and insist with the governments that these peoples have their rights and they should be doing sustainable development in these communities.